So our next question is, how do you keep all staff and volunteers up to date with all issues surrounding safeguarding?
When you say issues, if we've got a club that has a safeguarding concern that's being managed, once it is at a level that we would intervene, what we would then do is then make contact with the club and agree a process for when we're going to speak to each other, what information, what actions are, whose responsibility. But what I found with my concern is the chronology helps you anyway. So it's very clear who has to do something. But in general, making sure that we keep people up to speed with safeguarding issues, safeguarding practices, any information that they need to use or know about. As I said to you earlier, we have the safeguarding forums, which I lead on, and that's once a quarter at the moment. We do have good representation at those forums, and there can be any subjects based on. We've had the Child Protection in Sport unit come along and talk to our clubs. We've had a consultant from Adults at Risk from the Anne Craft Trust, who is the contractor for Sport Wales for Adults at Risk, talk about the differences between child protection and adults at risk protection. We've got communications, our communications channels. I mean, some messages are very much messages that you can share on social media platforms. There's email. The good old telephone is by picking up and just talking to them, but there are various means that we do communicate with our clubs. We have every couple of months what's called a club engagement session, and each of our business areas within Swim Wales has the opportunity to present to the clubs on the engagement session about information that is relative to aquatic clubs. And there's always an area for safeguarding where I'm able to share new information, revisit information, sharing the good practices that we've learned from using My Concern. Also the security of the data. And one of the key things is just making sure that they're fully aware that when your club puts something on My Concern, not any other club can see that. It's only your club and myself. And I think that was probably an initial concern by the clubs. Well, does that mean that everybody's going to see it, so it's not secure? No, it's not. You know, nobody else is going to see it apart from your club and myself as a designated safeguarding lead. And I think that's given people the confidence.